Yo, what up? It's your girl, Daniella Gordon. I'm here on the set of The Take with the best ladies in the history of the world. This is Maddy McCormick and somebody very near and dear to my heart. This is Girlratia, Girlglimbea. Today, we're reviewing David Fincher's 1999 film, Fight Club. This is the manliest man movie ever, so we figured what better than a bunch of girls reviewing it. Ladies, before we get started, I need to know, what's it like being a girl?
It's pretty great being a girl.
It's absolute torture. I'm always crying. I want to eat cookies and ice cream and chocolate all the time. I don't know.
Theme song! Welcome back to The Take. The IMDB synopsis of this film is, an insomniac office worker looking for a way to change his life crosses paths with a devil-may-care soap maker, forming an underground fight club that evolves into something much, much more. I want your initial impressions on this movie in under 15 seconds. Okay, ready, set, go.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, I really enjoyed this movie. I thought that the characters were developed really well. I enjoyed the plot twist halfway through, and I enjoyed that it was not just your average movie, and manly men.
Great, perfect. 15 exactly, you're the best. Moving to Girlratia over here. Ready, set, go.
Well, for me watching it, it was wonderful. There was a lot of shirtless men and they were fighting each other. The manliest thing that you could do, it was Brad Pitt and, you know, Edward Norton. He's kind of ugly, but Brad Pitt was in it and it was awesome. It was such a good movie. The plot was great. David Fincher, he's a great director.
All right, that's enough. She talks too much sometimes. Now that I know your initial impressions, I've got to ask, was this the first time you have ever watched this movie?
This was the first time I've seen the movie.
This was not the first time I saw this movie. I saw it when I was in college for the first time. I think it's like a college.
Wait, are you not in college right now?
I thought you were in a sorority.
Alpha, Gamma, Delta.
Let's watch this really awesome clip while we figure out what's going on.
Our fathers were models for God. If our fathers failed, what does that tell you about God?
No, I don't.
Listen to me. Consider the possibility that God does not like you, never wanted you. In all probability, he hates you. This is not the worst thing that can happen.
It isn't.
We don't need him.
We don't, I agree. I got
Damnation, man. Redemption. We are God's unwanted children. So be it.
Okay, so
Listen, you can run water over your hand to make it worse, or look at me. Or you can use vinegar to neutralize the burn.
please let me have it, please.
First, you have to give up. First, you have to know, not fear. Know that someday you're gonna die.
You don't know how this feels.
It's only after we've lost everything that we're free to do anything. Congratulations. You're one step closer to hitting bottom.
What a wonderful clip. So much insight on this movie as a whole. So you were saying about, you know, you've seen it before?
Yeah, I saw it for the first time a couple of years ago while I'm still in college, and I was a freshman and I was visiting friends at a different college, and we all watched it as a group, and actually, unfortunately, the ending was spoiled for me, so someone told me exactly what the whole twist at the end was, and unfortunately that ruined the entire movie experience for me, I believe. But still a good movie.
But with me personally, this was one of the movies I never wanted to watch just because when people said, have you seen Fight Club? And I said no, their faces were always like aghast. They were always like, oh, are you even a real person? The answer is yes. But I just never thought I'd watch it. And then one day I was in class and somebody made a comparison to Fight Club and they're like, oh, you know, because it was just himself the whole time. And I'm like, I wonder what that means. I've got no clue, but I know how it ends. So I finally caved, watched it like 6 months after that. And then like within the first like 5 minutes of the movie, I was kind of like, oh, I get it. It's himself.
So let me get this straight.
Yeah.
You didn't want to watch it because you'd like to hurt people? You like to see them in pain when they find out you didn't watch this masterpiece of a cult movie?
You could say it's pretty Tyler of me.
You're a monster.
Yeah.
An absolute monster.
I do what I can. I don't know. It's funny. People are like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, wow, plenty, but I don't think that has anything to do with Fight Club.
See, and that's usually what people say to me because despite the fact that I'm a film major, I haven't seen most movies that people talk about. So this was my first time watching the film. And the only thing that I knew about Fight Club going into this was rule number 1 is don't talk about Fight Club. So
Ironically, that's also rule number 2.
it is rule number 2 as well.
It makes
so
it really easy to keep them in
That's
order.
also the rules for the take, you know?
Are we not supposed to talk about that?
Yeah. No, we're not.
I tell everybody about the take.
Oh my gosh. One of the first things that stood out to me was the way the characters kind of break the fourth wall. You know, they start talking directly to the audience, and it seemed really off pace with the rest of the movie, and it kind of ends too. You know, they stop directly looking into the camera and stop talking about it. What was this to you guys?
I really enjoyed the fact that they used direct address and broke the fourth wall. And there's multiple times that, you know, it looks like even like the film strip is running over the screen, and they definitely just were not trying to hide the fact that this movie is a movie. Like they weren't trying to, they were trying to pull you into this other universe, but they were making the viewer aware that like you are watching a film.
I think it was cool. It's Deadpool before it was cool, you know? All these,
Yeah.
as Maddy would say, all these 13-year-old boys going crazy for breaking the fourth wall of Deadpool. They did it, and they did it right. It's kind of a style of David Fincher. He's very stylized, and I like the way, like Maddy was saying, you know, it's really interesting because it takes away from being this magical thing. It's actually like, hey, here's my commentary. Here's what I'm talking about. We're talking about this because it's a movie. So it's really cool.
So, because you were the only one that didn't have the spoiled for you, the ending, what was that to you? Did you think he was crazy this whole movie, or when did you find out that the main character narrator is
And by
crazy?
crazy, he was crazy, but like, did you think he was?
Yeah, like you're also crazy, but he was a different kind of crazy. I wasn't expecting it, and I think it was really a great twist, but I do wish that they would have maybe not, you know, spelled it out so plainly for us. Like when we find out that he's, you know, just a figment of his imagination and not a real person, and they're talking in the hotel room, it's just like they beat that idea to the audience. Like they don't leave it up to the imagination. They don't let you kind of figure it out on your own. He's just like basically telling the audience like, hey, this really is like me as well, you know. And even after that, they go into the investigation room and he's confessing to the police, and you know, the police ask, oh, you know, like, well, why would you be blowing this up anyways? And he's like, and he explains, you know, oh, well, if we blow it up and it gets rid of debt and we're all at zero, it's kind of almost like trying to appease the audience and let them know, like, this is it. They don't want any confusion. And I kind of would have liked it to be a little bit more ambiguous, maybe, so.
I think it's cool because I think it was a very interesting take, or interesting
He
approach.
said take.
It was a very interesting approach, and it's a she. Thank you very much.
She.
How dare you? So I think it was really cool. I'm glad they spelled it out because it was, you know, anybody stupid could follow it, and I think it kind of was a commentary on the type of people that were in the movie, the main character, and the people that were in Fight Club. Because how stupid do you have to be to sit around and punch each other? And how stupid do you have to be to think we're gonna blow up some buildings and that's gonna erase all credit card debt? Like that's not stored somewhere else.
You make the comment about erasing debt, and you have to remember this is the year 1999, where people thought at the turn of the century they were going to lose all of their computer data. Everything was going to kind of get ruined. The clocks,
Y2K.
dates, ugh. It was a rough time.
I guess hindsight is 2020, but it still seems like a stupid plan.
Well, you're stupid. Moving on. We talk about the separation between the main character and this Tyler Durden character. It doesn't even matter. We're going to commercial.
What's happening, OU? I'm Jake Potts, and welcome to another episode of Out and About.
Hello, and welcome to Veterans History Project. I'm your host, Sarah.
Welcome back to another episode of Focus on Faculty. I'm your host, Anna Robb.
What up? It's your boy, Dan Gordon. I'm here on the set of The Take.
Welcome to another episode of Visiting Professionals. I'm your host, Austin Slaybaugh.
Hey, OU. I'm your host, Brianna.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Explore OU.
Welcome back to The Take. One thing that was super interesting about this entire, the whole plot of the movie was that they called themselves Project Mayhem. How freaking cheesy is that?
Well, again, it comes down to them being stupid, guys who want to fight each other and hit each other. I mean, boys are stupid. They just want to hit each other all the time, and they just want to name things stupidly. And Project Mayhem, what are you, like, in second grade? Like, oh, mayhem.
Brad Pitt was just such a bad. Then he comes up with some dumb like Project Mayhem. I can't get over it. Like, that kind of pissed me off. I'm like sitting here, I'm like, wow, some really cool stuff's about to happen. It's gonna be great. No, it's Project Mayhem.
The whole plot, like we said, was stupid, and it just, again, bespeaks to the idiocy of the main character and how crazy and stupid he actually is.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, is he stupid? I think he's in a rough spot, and that man needs some medicine or something.
Well, see, I think that's what got him into this mess. Dependence on something. I think this movie is a clear example of if you're addicted and dependent on something, your life is gonna be First he was insomniac, but he was addicted to buying IKEA things, and that was the only thing that made him happy. And then he was addicted to going to these support groups, and it's the only thing that could help him sleep. And then he was addicted to Tyler Durden and addicted to fighting. I think it just points out that addiction is bad, folks. Everything is bad.
Let me ask you guys this, and since we're talking about dependence, what was Marla representational of?
Marla is just the dregs of society. Marla is just one of those people that skims is at the bottom of the barrel, and just represents nothing in life and just wants, sex and drugs and, anything that's easy and free coffee, free
We're not talking about your free time here.
Look, okay, how I spend my time is mine, okay? We're talking about Marla, all right?
You're kind of judging her, but it seems applicable. If the shoe fits.
Love drugs and alcohol.
Maddy?
I'm not really sure what her purpose was in the movie. I didn't really like her character all that much. I thought she was gonna end up being a character with multiple layers to her, and it just we don't really get past the surface level of her. You don't really see her character change much throughout the film.
Marla was almost the person that saved Edward Norton's character. Even when he wasn't him and he was Tyler Durden or Brad Pitt or whoever you want to call him, she was there with him, acknowledging that he was actually a person. Without her character, those hours when, Tyler was doing whatever Tyler does, like, she accounts for those, like an alibi almost. Bringing him back down and kind of grounding him as a person. I would say that's what Marla is.
See, I took it the opposite. She brought out the worst in our main character. She's the one that encouraged Tyler Durden to be Tyler Durden. And so, women just making men do bad things. We've seen it through history. We've seen it time and time again. We can just be bad.
Women are the root of all evil. And this one is the most evil one that I know.
Raise your hand if you're a bad. So here's something I'm not sure Maddy knows happened in this film. There were 7 shots of Tyler before he was actually introduced. 5 of them were like 1, 2, 3 frame clips of him being superimposed into the scene. Did you see any of those?
I saw some glitches on the screen, I think, but I did not recognize that it was Tyler. Now that you pointed out, I understand that might have been him. And I just kind of attributed that to other parts of the film where they, like I referenced earlier, they show the film strip. And I thought it was just, you know, showing the construction of the film again. But that is interesting now that you point that out, Daniella.
And it's kind of funny because they tell you in the movie exactly what Tyler does. That's what he did with himself. He inserted himself one frame at a time in our main character's head, basically telling us from the beginning that Tyler is not real. It's a very, as Daniella would say, it bears a rewatch. It bears a rewatch.
Does the ending make sense to you guys? Like, do you think he actually had to shoot himself to get rid of this fictional Tyler?
I think he had to shoot himself to get rid of this fictional Tyler in his own mind. I think he didn't shoot anything out of his head that made it, you know, Tyler disappear. I think he was just like, I need to kill myself to kill Tyler, so that was his mental way of killing Tyler.
But he didn't kill himself.
No, that's what, exactly. So he had to kill the part of him that was Tyler. He needed that.
It was like his cheek?
Exactly. Tyler was in his cheek. I don't know. Piece of gum left over.
That kind of confused me as well, because I thought he was just gonna be dead at the end of the film since he killed Tyler. And to me, I guess it wouldn't really make sense if Tyler was his alter ego, that one shot would kill Tyler and it wouldn't kill himself. But I do like how they left the end of the movie kind of open-ended, like with him and Marla just standing there as the buildings crash in the background. And it's not really happy, it's not really sad, it's just kind of weird. And it was a good weird.
He just seemed to be watching the buildings fall down with almost this like look of elation on his face. Like he was really happy. And then 5 minutes earlier in the film, he was fighting to have those buildings not not collapse, not be blown up. So it seemed weird to me, him standing there, not dead, holding Marla's hand, looking at these buildings like, wow, this is pretty great. Like, look at how beautiful it is.
But it begs the question, did he really get all of Tyler? Because all throughout the film, no matter what he did, he always needed a push. So obviously he's resistant when they first start fighting. He doesn't want to hit Tyler. Tyler needs to tell him, hit me now, like do it. And he has to be convinced. And the same thing with ask me to stay with me, ask me to come over and live in my house because you don't have a place. So I think that was just his character flaw where he doesn't realize that he likes something unless he's forced to do that something.
Fun fact, apparently Edward Norton was supposed to pretend hit Brad Pitt when filming that scene in the ear, the first punch, and then right before the scene, the director, Fincher, he pulled him over to the side and was like, you need to actually hit him in the ear. You need to do that. So when they cut away, you can actually kind of see Edward Norton's face like smiling and laughing because he actually like just wailed Brad Pitt in the ear.
And who doesn't want to wail Brad Pitt in the ear?
I don't. I might do something else.
I would let...
To his ear?
I'd let Brad Pitt punch me in the face, gladly.
I can't tell you what I'd let Brad Pitt do to me.
Things just took a turn for the weird here. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, we've got a challenge and some Mailfern questions to address.
America! Demand your OUTV!
I want my OUTV.
I want my OUTV.
I want my OUTV.
Turn it on and leave it on.
I want my OUTV.
I want my OUTV.
I want my OUTV.
All right.
Call your university and say, I want my OUTV!
Welcome back to The Take. So gals, what are you gonna give this out of 5 whatevers?
I'm gonna have to give this 4 out of 5 Brad Pitt wearing army pants.
Very good.
Spicy.
And I will give this 4.5 out of 5 Bob with boobs.
Bobby.
That's the one.
I'm gonna give this 4.75 bags of body fat.
Ooh.
Yeah.
4.75?
4.75. Not a perfect 5 out of 5, but watching this the second time, I was really sad I had the ending spoiled for me. Because I was watching Maddy, and it was just crazy. Like, you know, right when that happened, right when the movie was over, she looks at me and she goes, so I just watched that. Like, really, really dazed.
I did. I said.
And I'm sad I didn't have that.
I said, so that was a thing that I just watched. And it happened.
It was crazy.
We girls need to narrate everything that we just did.
Yeah, we do.
Daniella says, let's do a challenge.
Woo!
Oh, hold on, I broke the challenge. In these envelopes, there is a secret recipe and probably some chemical compounds.
Okay.
Good.
I'm gonna need you to take these, open them up, and make me some napalm.
Oh, right now? Can I go? Is
right
this
now,
time?
go.
Got,
quick.
I need ammonia, I need hydrogen, gasoline, methane, and orange juice. I don't have any of these things. All I have is hair and...
Orange juice?
And time's up.
No, that's wrong.
Hand them over. Give me your napalm.
Wait a second.
No.
Hold on. No,
Give
wait.
me your napalm.
But I have...
Give me your napalm.
I didn't understand. I didn't understand. I'm just...
Give me your napalm.
I'm just a silly blonde girl.
Right,
I don't know.
Hand him over.
That's how I do it.
That's not the napalm I need. You guys suck. All right, I win the challenge. It's equal parts orange juice and gas.
That was my first. I doubted myself.
Isn't there methane in gasoline? There's methane in farts, which we do not do.
Women don't fart.
No farts, no poop.
All right.
Wait, what'd you
Nothing.
say?
All right, well, you know what time it is. Mailfern! All right, cool.
Excuse me, ladies. I forgot to leave in my put in the leave-in conditioner this morning.
Oh.
So.
How could you forget?
Why did you even leave the house?
Why did you? Yeah. Why did she even leave the house?
You should go home right now.
There were so many things I had to do. I had to put on makeup, a little foundation. I had to curl my eyelashes. I had to put on lipstick. I had to put beard oil. I needed to wash my face.
Beard oil?
So, Mailfern.
All right. I think this is you.
Oh. You spelled my name wrong.
Well, yeah, you're Matt McCormick.
Random guest.
We weren't sure who we were having before this, so it's kind of a random person.
I am the random guest.
And
now.
You know what? We're gonna give our all play to our random guest because we all answered anyways.
Wonderful.
I'm gonna start because I'm the best.
I'm sorry. Beauty before age.
Okay, anyways. An anonymous viewer is wondering, what do you think about fight clubs spawning actual fight clubs in real life? I mean, you're an idiot if you did that. There you go.
My imaginary best friend wants to know, are there any actors that you love to hate? I'd have to say Kristen Stewart.
There's something weird about her face. Like, she's an attractive person, but also not.
My turn, random guest turn. Here we go. So, camera lady Katie asks, if you were to choose between Edward Norton or Brad Pitt, which would you choose and why? Well, camera lady Katie, what are the parameters? Choose them for doing what? This is not a well done
case. Saying, which would you rather be?
Which would I rather be?
Yeah, I think that's what she meant.
Well,
I don't know how I know that, but
I would rather be Brad Pitt. Of course. Of course.
Why?
The guy's what, 52?
Well, yeah, why?
The guy's 52, 53 right now, and
okay,
he's
we're
looks
talking
like he's
1999 Fight Club Brad Pitt.
Well, did you see him with his shirt off? I want to look like that if I was a man with my shirt off.
Same. If I was a man with my shirt off.
If you were a boy.
And I was a girl. Oh, wait.
How does that song go?
All right, time for the all play.
Woo!
So, some pregnant woman wrote in, thank you for watching with a baby in your belly. I have a baby boy on the way. Oh, yay. At what age do I show him Jurassic Park? Well, the answer to that is before he learns how to talk, so that the first thing out of his mouth could be
clever girl.
Directly out of the womb.
Whenever. I don't care. Good thing is that you're pregnant and you're keeping our planet populated.
No, it's overpopulated.
It's your baby, lady. Stop writing us in for stupid advice.
Don't
Learn
let
how to
the
do stuff yourself. There's books written out there. What do you want from us? We're just, you know, we're just three ladies who aren't pregnant, and I don't know what to tell you.
Well, that brings us to the end of the take. Ladies, before we go, any final parting thoughts, words, wants for the world, anything you just need to share today with us? I'll start. I love you guys. You're the best.
Daniella, I feel the same about you. I hope I never see you again.
Wow.
Well, I just want to leave you guys with saying, this has been great and all, but it's been me the whole time! Boys, get 'em! Oh, that was a weird occurrence.
Yeah.
Where were you, man?
I was getting chicken strips.
Wait, you're tied up in your office.
Oh yeah.
Well, that was weird.
That was
a very strange occurrence. Where
Oh,
the heck
man.
were you, man?
I got tied up in the office. Like literally, they busted in and they were like, "Get down!" And then they tackled me and they like tied me.
They
down.
overpowered you? It's a good thing I had that wig handy and that cardigan. Yeah, they thought Girlratia. What kind of name is Girlratia? Like they wouldn't believe it, you know. But I'm glad we're back. We need to start getting a security guard because we can't let that happen again. This is our set, nobody else.
Do we have health insurance?
Not through the
Because
tank.
I'm gonna need some therapy. Where's Dan?
Yeah, where's Dan?